No, you all good? All right. So today I want to talk about online leads. Online leads, right? As you know, we need to be present online, right? The web is changing, and that means, for consumers and for ourselves, we need to change. We need to see what it is that we need to be doing to stay top of mind with our consumers. And at the end of the day, and this is something that every business has, is what do we need to do to generate more business, right? Understanding this, that 90% of the consumers will be looking on the web when it comes to purchasing a home. So how's your presence? Where are you online? So there's a few things I want to go through, right? There are literally three main medias that I want to look at when it comes to online, right? The first one is what we call owned media. What's owned media? That would be your personal website, your landing pages, your email list, your social media profiles, and any apps that you may have. That's considered owned media, right? The second would be earned media. And that comes from your mentions when you tag someone, shares, reposting things, your likes, your comments that you make, online reviews, and even word of mouth, right? Your Google My Business. That's earned media. And the third type of media is paid media. And that would be, your search ads, your display ads, your retargeting ads, any social media ads, or even if you're purchasing leads from a company, right? That would be considered paid media. So we have owned media, earned media, and paid media. So let's go through the three of them. So the first one, owned media. And that refers to any type of online channel that you've created and you control, such as your website, landing pages, social media profiles, and ultimately these platforms where customers will convert from being anonymous to visitors that come to this site and to bona fide leads, right? So it's important that we have a great experience for the consumer and kind of a seamless experience when they come onto these platforms, right? So your website, as an example, right? Everyone here should have a website. You all should have a website, right? See, most consumers are going to navigate websites, but what are they looking for on your website, right? What are they looking for on your website? And I want to say the number one thing they're going to look for, specifically because they're real estate, is they're going to look for how do they search for properties on your website, right? You need to make sure you have an IDX connected with your website and your MLS system, allowing the consumers to go ahead and navigate and take a look at, hey, and start create an account within your website, right? And that's typically happens, after they've searched your IDX, they search your website and say, hey, I'm looking at this property, looking at that property. Then after about 3 or 4 searches, it normally prompts and says, hey, if you want to see some more inventory, if you want to see some more properties, we're going to need your contact information. And that's where they set up an account within your website. Does your website allow you to do that, right? If not, something to look into, right? Certain ones that you can look into here, if you're in Canada, one of my favorite websites would be Agent Locator. They're agentlocator.ca, great website, very reasonable. You also have Real Geeks, of course. You have Boomtown, Market Leader, Easy Agent Pro. There's a lot of different web providers, right? But make sure that you all have one, okay? The second thing, number 2, when it comes to owned media, it would be your YouTube channel. Very important. Your YouTube channel will be just as productive as your website, your YouTube channel, and having more specifically content put on this YouTube channel on a regular basis, right? Your YouTube channel, and if you look at the proper way of creating a show, we talked about this on Monday, how to create a show on YouTube. There are 4 elements to the show. There's 4 parts to that video when creating a video. you start off with a hook. Hey, today we're talking about this. Then it has your intro. Then it has the body, whatever the message is, whatever the content is. And of course, at the very end, and this is key, you have a call to action, right? Real important, right? So having a call to action, and in the description, allowing people to click on a link that takes them to a landing page. So your YouTube channel is very important. It's it's owned media, right? That, again, connecting to some landing pages. The next one I put down here that's also owned are your profiles, your online profiles. And this is your Google My Business. This would be even for some of you, it would be Rank My Agent, right? If you have Rank My Agent, your realtor.com profile, your Zillow profile, your realtor.ca profile. There's so many different online profiles with secondary companies. How does that look, right? How have you set that up? Right. And it's also including your social media. Of course, it would be your Facebook profile, your Facebook business page, your Instagram, your LinkedIn, Twitter, all of that. Those profiles are owned by you, right? So make sure when looking at these profiles, it is the same across the board. There aren't any differences. You want people to be able to recognize, hey, that's so-and-so, right? The picture should be the same. Your full name and contact information should all be the same. Everything should be looking professional and up to date. Don't put in a headshot that was done 10 years ago, right? Make sure everything looks like you, very specifically, right? Any sort of information in your bio, make sure that that is all put in there present. And again, the same across the board. So you want Google to recognize that this Instagram page is owned by this, Facebook page, which is then owned by this YouTube channel. So we want it all to be linked and looking professional, all right? The idea really is this. Because you own this media, we want to kind of cross-pollinate everything, right? So when you put content on one, you want to then put it on all the other channels as well. Right? Very, very, very important. The next thing we're looking at would be your email list. Okay, this is owned. You own the email list and the content that you creating a blog, for example, and emailing it to your database, right? Emailing it to your email list. This is owned media. You're controlling the narrative here. Landing pages are key. Okay, very, very important is having landing pages, specifically call to action landing pages. For example, 3 or 4 buyer related landing pages where if I was a buyer, I have this opportunity to click on and get more information about my buying a property. Same thing with 3 or 4 different offers for sellers. An example for sellers would be, obviously, we all use this one, is free CMA. Find out what your home is worth in today's market. That should be a standalone landing page. But what else could you use? What else could you use aside from the CMA, which everyone uses? Let's be honest, everyone uses the CMA. But what else could you use? How about the nosy neighbor one? Hey, find out what your neighbor just sold for, right? Get them to fill that out. Right? What about, hey, the 7 things you need to do to maximize the sale of your home? Free report. Simply click here and we'll send you that report, right? So having 3 or 4 call to actions, each one having their own standalone landing page. Very important. All right, let's move on to the next one. Online leads, part 2, would be earned media. Now, this refers to the publicity that you receive organically or for free, right? And by the way, the content that you post, either online or offline. For instance, when you're posting on your blog, on your website, right? And someone's making comments on that. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. So then you reply back, and then there's that interaction that happens. Now, that was organic, right? Same thing when you post a video on your Instagram feed, right? And someone's reply, hey, great job, blah, blah, blah. And then the conversation starts, right? So it's anything that you do organically. And it could be from your YouTube videos, replying back to people. It could be, the reviews, right? Real key would be reviews. Whenever you post reviews, and then you're getting people to connect with you because of the reviews that they've watched or they've seen. We talk about how when you work your past clients center influence database, we want to use social media, and we want to be very direct with them, not just hitting the like button. Hey, I like your post, but tagging someone on a post, right? Tagging your database in the post, maybe reposting what they've posted, or even just simply making a comment on something that they've posted, right? That is all we call earned media, right? And are you doing enough of that? Do you have the systems in place right now to make sure that you are tagging and reposting people in your database? All right, the next one we want to talk about is something we call paid media. Write this one down, paid media. So paid media refers to digital advertising, right? And what you're spending money. That's what it comes down to it, right? You're either going to be paying for, let's say, Facebook ads, right? Or maybe you'll be paying for search ads on Google, right? Google pay-per-click, right? Or it could be retargeting some ads where, that ad where someone's come onto your, let's say your website, they're doing a search, then they end up going to a completely third-party website, nothing to do with real estate. And all of a sudden you're seeing that ad following them. Like it's every other website that they go to. And then there's an ad of you, right? See, that's what we call retargeting ads, right? Social media ads, anything that where you're spending money is paid media, including bold leads or prime seller leads, where you're paying for a company that will do the marketing and advertising for you, right? And at the end of the day, right, these are the three main ways to generate leads online. When you look at your business, are you happy with your online presence? Is there anything that you can do with your online presence to improve that? Because remember this, there's two ways to generate a lead. We have active marketing, where you are actively going out there prospecting, over the phone prospecting, getting face-to-face with people. It's you getting the lead. Or we have what we call passive marketing, which is what we're talking about right now, where the lead's coming to you. And to be honest with you, we need a balance, right? If you're just doing the aggressive, I'm prospecting, going after the lead, we're going to get to burnout, right? That's what will happen. You will end up with burnout. And if all you're doing is waiting for the leads to come to you, you're not maximizing your sales. So we need a balance. We need to be doing our 1 and 2 hours of power every single day. And we need to make sure that we're putting out content every day so we can get the leads to come in. Does that make sense? That is having a balance in your business, both active and passive. All right. Does anyone have any questions regarding what I just said? No? Yeah, this is becoming a real short show today. I got nothing else to say regarding online leads. But I'm open for any questions, concerns, hallucinations, anything in your business that you need help with.
Hey, Danny.
Yeah.
In regards to yesterday's phases of mastery, how long does it normally take, would you say, if someone folds?
So the 6 phases of mastery,
Right.
Are you referring to like the 90 days to build momentum? Is that what you're looking for?
Exactly.
So what we found was, and this is great question. It does take 90 days to build momentum, without question. So you need to be doing whatever it is that you want to improve upon. For example, if it's working out and you want to master working out like every single day, you work out every single day for 90 days, that's starting to become a habit for yourself, right? But are you going to have that breakthrough? And the answer is no, you don't have that breakthrough after 90 days. What we found was after 2 consecutively 90-day cycles, then you have a breakthrough. Like I'm talking about a massive breakthrough happens after 2 90-day cycles. It's the same thing with prospecting. If you got on the phones and made, let's say, 2 hours of phone calling your database, calling people you know, calling people you don't know, and you do that for 90 days, you create habit. But you do that for 2 90-day cycles, right? It is ridiculous amount of business that you get. Like, it's unbelievable. It's like the effort's not worth what you're getting. You're getting way more than what you're putting into it. So I always challenge people is like, go do 2 90-day cycles and whatever it is you want to improve upon in your life, right? Whether it's eating healthy, whether it's working out, whether it is generating more leads through prospecting, whether it is creating content and shooting videos. You know, you do a video a day for 90 days, creating content, you're going to have no problems getting in front of a camera, right? Now you do that for 2 consecutive 90-day cycles, crazy. You'll notice the business. You're going to notice a lot from that. Okay. So push you to do 2 90-day cycles. All right. Any other questions, concerns, hallucinations? No? All right. This is a short one today. So please unmute yourselves. Everyone unmute themselves. Loud and proud, baby. Loud and proud. Got to hear you. Moxie's ready. Is Anthony ready? Who's ready? Colleen's ready. All right. So please share with me. What day is today?
Money making day, baby.
That's right. It's a money-making day. If you're on this call, it's a money-making day for you. So who do you have to connect with today to move the needle? You guys are awesome. I'll talk to all of you tomorrow. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Danny.